Welcome back to Starting Point with me, Luisa Kusnandar and Aisyah Fabian. And Indonesia has been hosting the FIFA U-17 World Cup. And it's been a very exciting journey for Indonesia, and it's been such a privilege.
Yes, and especially we are not only hosting in one city, but across 4 cities in Indonesia. And the final is coming up in the next couple of days, in December 2nd, and the tickets are sold out. It is going to be at the Manahan Stadium in Surakarta.
That's right.
Luisa.
It's a very exciting season for all of us Indonesian to be able to host and also watch live. Tell us more about it.
And then there will be a final match between France and also Germany. As the chairperson of Indonesian Football Association, Mr. Erick Thohir, said he expects, not only him, I believe that we also as Indonesian also expect that we will bring like an international class sporting event. And to know more about that, we are now joined by Ratu Tisha Destria, the Deputy Chairperson of Indonesian Football Association via Zoom. Good morning, Tisha. How are you?
Good morning. Thank you for having me here.
And thank you for joining us on Starting Point. And we would like to know, like, how is the journey, if we can flash back from the start, how is Indonesia can be chosen as the host for FIFA U-17 World Cup?
Yeah, so at that time when we were elected as the host country for under-20, I believe public and you had followed also the news, and at that time when the time has been cancelled for the under-20, then unfortunately on the other side, Peru has resigned as well from the host country as the under-17. So FIFA actually came to us and then asked that would you want to continue the preparation for the tournament, but this one is under-17. So we said that yeah, we are ready. We have been preparing for years, and then we're also not differentiate between the under-20 and under-17. It's both still FIFA Youth Tournament that we haven't had in Indonesia before. So this is the first time ever. So that was the elections process. And then on June 2023, FIFA appoint us as the host for under-17. And then the rush and the turbo preparation began, specifically for some of the infrastructures that are not yet ready during the under-20 part that is considered to be new. Which is the Jakarta International Stadium being one of them as the venue, and then the other one is the training sites that we add the training sites from 20 to be 26 training sites.
Now, Tisha, as you mentioned before, I mean, we are just very excited and also very delighted when Indonesia has this opportunity to host the FIFA U-17 World Cup. Can you please share us more about the preparation? What are the key initiatives, or perhaps what are the checklists so that Indonesia qualified to be the host for this U-17 tournament, really?
The first one is always about the football aspect. Football aspect meaning the first is going to be the pitch where the player is played. So we have to prepare really the infrastructure of a world-class pitch management. This means is the pitch that has a high durability because the intensity of the match is very high. So in a group stage, for example, there are 2 cities that is in Jakarta and in Bandung that played more than a 12 match. Specifically in JIS played 16 matches in 15 days. So the intensity of the match is very high, which means the world-class pitch is the #1 preparations. It's always come to the football aspect. So second one, also the football aspect, which is the preparation in our expertise in PSSI itself regarding the football expertise that we have. People with knowledge for competitions, with tournaments, with the leagues, and people who familiarize with that. That will be also one of the key points. So second one, aside from the football aspect, is of course infrastructure. So the venue itself, the stadium, and also the training ground and hotels, transportations, services. So infrastructures and I would say most of infrastructure services coming from the first when the team arrived until the team left the countries. So that's the second one. Third one will be operation. So this required the synergy of all the stakeholders, the local government. We are thankful for tremendous support of the government of Indonesia, starting from the very top, from Mr. President Jokowi up to the local government, the mayor, and everyone involved. So because this one required the movement of all the synergy in the operation. So those three are the a major one, and of course the last one will be the fan services. So we are excited in terms of building on the branding and the excitement that football is for everyone, not only for hardcore fans, but it's a loving sport that family can also enjoy. So this is the message that we want to go through.
Yes, and especially soccer. We know that Indonesians love soccer and football, and we really like by hearing from you, Tisha, you mentioned about the intensity of the preparation of being the host of the Under-17 World Cup here in Indonesia in 4 cities. That must be very, very intense. And how did an Indonesian Football Association, or PSSI, been working like cultivately and develop the talents within the Under-17 category? And are there specific programs or strategies that are being implemented? Because as you also mentioned about the marketing, the promotion, that to spread across how soccer can reunite Indonesians.
Yeah, so for talent development and the event management is quite two separate different program for the under-17. For the talent development itself, we had a continuous program in PSSI in the youth amateur and also in youth elite. So we divide it into two in the category of under-17, start from under-12 up to under-17, which running from the provincials, we call it Suratin, and then up to the youth elite. Below the club of League One that we call it Elite Pro Academy. So those two are the main machine that goes for the talent development. As this one for the event management is, I would say this will have a big inspiration going through this side in the talent development, because for sure we invited many of the soccer school, many of the academies also coming to watch the match. And then they see how the world-class player of under-17 is supposed to be like. So it triggers them more. So so they have to, we have to, of course, make the program in the talent development better.
Tisha, now the FIFA U-17 have been going on so far. Can you please share with us what has been the main challenges so far, especially with the talking about like the infrastructure? One of the issues that popped up before was about the grass issue in the Jakarta International Stadium. Please share with us what has been the challenges you have faced so far.
Yeah, I think the most challenging part was getting the Jakarta International Stadium ready, because at that time, the type of the grass is not about bad or good. It's not about that. It's about the sustainability of the grass to hold such an intensity of the match that has to be played 16 match over only 15 days. That's if we know in a half season of the league. So one season is like play half season of the league for one club itself. Like if one club is playing 34 matches, so half season they play usually those intense of the match in 3 to 4 months time. Now we have to play it in 15 days only. So that was the challenge. And then we have been in contact and synergy with many expertise around the world that we are now blessed to have it, all the network coming to Indonesian football, regardless from Australia, from Netherlands, from Switzerland, because the machinery that we bought that we have to change, and then we have to move the grass from UPH, from the University of Pelita Harapan, thanks to also the support from the Lipo Group to us, to then move the pitch and nursery there in UPH and then move back to GIS. And then we have also many machinery that coming for the pitch management coming. And then the fact that it can hold up to the 16 match in 15 days. We believe we are actually proud of that. We have no issue on that one. Actually, ourselves, LOC and FIFA, and also the team were surprised with the very good quality of the pitch. Because regarding the high intensity, and also we have 10 days from the overlaying of the grass until the last one, until we have to have the kickoff time period. So it's a very magical. People say it as well in the team, because usually you need more than 3 months after you lay on the grass and then you do the pitch stitching and stuff. So I think that's the biggest challenges, because we got international support from 3 different countries to make it happen. Aside from that, it's an event. It's always a challenge, with many people, stakeholders. But we're proud of our team, and we thank you for all the stakeholders that has been involved.
Yeah, that's such a very good teamwork that overcome that challenges, that obstacles, because nothing could be made overnight. And what is the aim for Indonesia for establishing a world-class football team, not only the team, but also the sporting event, competing in the world level tournaments? We cannot build such a team in overnight, and also the team behind the sporting team itself. How do you see it?
I think under the guidance of Mr. Erick Thohir as our president, he has a very long visions to build our football better and then link with the industry itself. So Mr. Erick Thohir also had initiative on building the new training camp with the support of FIFA and also the government in the new capital city. That's going to be a groundbreaking as well for PSSI. And then the second one is we have, of course, to synergy on all of the program in the provincial association, because our grassroots level, that there is no shortcut in talent development pathway to build such a world-class team. So it has to come down to the number of competition, number of the match that the player are playing, because in the end, football is kind of different with an individual sport, is a competition sport. So the number of the player, the different number of competition that the player has experienced will be contribute 100% to the level of talent that they will develop later.
Now, Tisha, I mean, like being the host of at such an international class at the international level, really. Now, I'm sure that all the Indonesian football players want to be more, really. They want to increase their capabilities in football. What kind of steps are being taken to foster a positive and supportive environment for the Indonesian U-17 players then? What can PSSI contribute more?
First one is always about education. So that will be the highlight for it, because football is no longer like in old times. It's more towards the modern football right now with tactical and strategic thinking. So definitely education is also most important. So we embrace in building the environment surrounding that one. So we encourage them not to also, forget on their educations. And there are certain regulation that we build surrounding the player, regulations about the educations, that first. The second, as the regulatory bodies, of course, we are going to always enhance our competition tires in our concepts of Philanesia, we call it philosophy football, Indonesian philosophy football. So we call on our youth concept. So this kind of environment that we ensure that they have to play with the coaches that has the license. For all of the soccer school and also the football academies, and they played in a good environment, which means the good infrastructures, the good pitch, so to minimize the injuries and also some nutritions in terms of educations about food, because I think this kind of 3 environment factors, and of course the last one will be working with the parents, because when we cannot only train them in a training camp to be the best player, you have to train every day, even at your home. So at home, supposed to be also providing the environment to develop the world-class player.
And are you also also saying that there are some collaborative efforts between Indonesia, especially PSSI, and other entities that aim to enhance the country's football team performance.
Yeah, so we have been contact quite intense with the German football associations, to be precise, with the German league, with Bundesliga. So therefore, one of the technical director advisor that is with PSSI right now is coming from Germany. So we try to, and then now Germany is in the final. So we know that they have a very good and a very strong foundations on the base, and then we strike to with them. Aside from Germany, we're also talking to Portugal as the other reference for our development in the youth system. And also from the Asia point of view, we have collaborations in the women football with Japan.
That's really good to know, and that's very exciting to see that Indonesia is going ahead with a brighter future now that we have this going on for Indonesia. Tisha, can you share with us what are your expectations for the match, for the final match? How do you see the teams are going to go for this final match?
I think so. It will be very exciting match. So you would notice that you will be watching an under-17. Maybe you will notice that you will be watching the real, national A team of Germany versus France. So I believe the two teams will have a equal chance, 50-50 chance to win the match, because it's already on the final. It's football, anything can happen. No one ever thought that Mali will qualify to the semi-final, and here they are. So and then they are now fighting for the third place also tomorrow on the 1st December. So I think the match is going to be exciting, and specifically for all the football stakeholders, we need to learn a lot from those countries that has been qualified to the semi-final and to the final.
Wow, and can you say who's your team that you would want to bet for to win this Under-17 World Cup?
Well, my team is always Indonesia, but we didn't make it yet.
Nice one.
But this time, maybe since I spent quite a time in Germany as an exchange student before, so maybe I root for them.
Okay.
Okay, you will root for Germany, and I think I will root for France. And how about you, Luisa?
Okay, Indonesia.
Indonesia. Okay.
Indonesia.
so we are Team Indonesia, all of us three. We congratulate you, especially the PSSI, for organizing a successful world-class sporting event, the World Cup Under-17, and we really wish a very best for the final that is coming on the 2nd of December. So I believe that you are in Surakarta right now?
Yes, in Surakarta.
Okay. Well, all the best for you, Tisha, and once again, congratulations for successfully holding this event. We are very proud. Thank you so much for joining us here on Starting Point. Thank you. Have a good day.